Good afternoon from Amazing Thailand Touring, and my name is Mike Freerider, and I want to share with you some of the things that I carry when I'm traveling. Obviously, most of the time I'm traveling in Thailand because this is where I've retired to, and our weather is really hot, and currently we are in the rainy season, and so you need protection from the rain, but also it gets very hot when the rain stops. So here are some of the stuff that I need to carry with me. The important things when you're traveling is having the proper gear. And after starting riding here 5 years ago, I learned very quickly that you need good equipment. And I recently, about a year ago, got this Endurastan bag, which is a 3-layer waterproof bag. And you can see in the inside it's orange, so it's very easy to find things. And it seals up, and you can drive through a monsoon and you won't have any issues. Another thing that I like to ride with is an Endurastan backpack. It's got a water bladder, and so it keeps you cool riding in those hot days. That you might consider when you're riding is a cooling vest. This particular one, you add water in the back, and basically the temperature of the water keeps you cool. Well, in my opinion, if you're riding for 14 days, you don't need to carry 14 days of clothing, which is ridiculous. What you need to do is have a wash and wear program so that you use your clothes, especially your riding gear, underwear, socks, and shirts, and you can wash those every night. And using microfiber shirts, it's very easy for them to dry. And when it comes to underwear and socks, just roll them up in a towel, squeegee out as much water as possible, and then they'll be ready to ride in the morning. So at night I will use cotton t-shirts, I have some shorts, I have a pair of jeans. You just never know, you might need a pair of jeans, but in Thailand it's hot. A pair of just running shorts. Carry with you on those hot days is a hat. And this is a Tillian durable. It's about 10 years old. I carry this bag. This is a waterproof bag, and it's used to wash my clothes at night. So you can use this bag because a lot of times you don't have a big enough facility inside some of the hotels. Another thing that's really handy is this USB plug-in with an extension cord. A lot of the hotels we stay in may not have appropriate plugs, or maybe just have one plug. So you have enough room for 6 USBs and 3 plugs, because I do carry a small computer with me as well. So I have lots of room to charge up my stuff at night. Obviously my washing kit. I also have, being an old man, I need medication, so I have medicine with me, whether it's for asthma and for headaches and stuff like that. So you want to make sure you have something with you. Another is the bag of all your USB and connections and stuff like that. Make sure that before you leave, there's nothing worse than traveling and finding out that you're missing a special cable to charge one of your cameras or your phone, or all the different things that you do have to charge, and there's a lot of them today, so make sure you have all your cables with you. The other thing that I carry, which is very handy, is a charger. This is actually a battery pack, and it has a huge capacity. It'll keep my phone charged for 3 days solid. So this is something that I always carry with me, and very handy. Another thing that you want to carry is obviously cameras, and then tripods. And another thing that I always carry with me now is my new Yucatel designated GPS phone. I only use this for navigation. I already have another phone that I use for communication and stuff like that, but this is the phone that I will use when I'm traveling, and it has a 8,000 milliamp battery, and you don't need to charge it. 100% waterproof, shockproof, and so I can ride all day without having to worry about charging the phone up. And last but not least, is a couple pairs of gloves. Making sure I have an old pair for when it's pouring rain. When it comes to shoes, I carry 2 pairs of extra shoes. and you can see these little plastic bags. These are actually shower caps, and a lot of the hotels supply them, and all my buddies know that I want the extra shower caps so I can cover my shoes up and keep it clean. And I also have a pair of Crocs or a pair of slippers, but I like the Crocs because you can use them in the rain and you can use them inside hotels. They're very versatile and very lightweight. Well, the other thing that to me is important is when you're riding is the proper gear, as I said. So I wear waterproof pants. These are Klim, a Latitude, and these are waterproof, and I've had these for about 4 years. Now I'm using a little bit of spray on them, but one thing for sure, Klim is awesome equipment. Now for the hot weather, I'm using a mesh jacket that I purchased. I'm actually looking for a new one once this pandemic is over. I will get myself one and an armor shirt. But this has all the armor from my Klim jacket in it, and it's airflow. So on those hot days, this is what I want to wear because you don't want to overheat. And it's very easy to overheat in Thailand. And when it starts to pour, I just take this little waterproof jacket and put it over the top of it, and that's it. But if it's just going to rain a little bit, I just ride through it because it's going to be a very short time that you'll be drying in. But if your pants are soaking wet, like if you wear jeans and stuff like that, it's not a very comfortable ride riding in wet jeans. Whereas with these pants, they're waterproof and they keep you nice and dry. And last but not least, having the right boots. This is a pair of 4-year-old Formas. They are 99% still waterproof. We just did a test the other day. Toby and I waterproofed our boots, and what we did is we actually painted some paraffin over the top of the boots and then used a hairdryer to get it into the seam. So it seems to be working very well. They're awesome boots, and they obviously protect your feet, which is really important. So that's about it. I will have another short video on the equipment that I carry on my bike for those that are interested. But basically, when you travel light. You don't need to carry, I mean, it looks like a lot of stuff, but everything will fit in this one bag. And another thing that you can do is make yourself a list. Whenever I travel, I have my checklist. So I go through it before I leave the house, because there's nothing worse than leaving and you thinking, oh, did I forget something? So anything that you think that you're going to need on a trip, I would suggest that you put it down on paper. Summary. What you want to do is you want to carry enough stuff that's going to last you for 14 days, but you can wash and wear as you go. So using the proper gear and clothing, it's very easy to accomplish. That way you don't have to carry a super big bag and don't overweight your motorcycle. So everything you need for that 2-week trip or 3 weeks is right in this bag right here. And as you can see, it's very well sealed and waterproof, and attaches to my motorcycle with 2 rock straps, and that's it. And they've never failed me yet. So pack light, or as light as you can.